Thank you, Achim. Thank you very much for this kind words and hospitality that we are getting every time here. And we are so thankful for all our partners and friends in Germany who allowing these events happening again. And really, it's Nick said absolutely correctly, the world becoming more and more crazy. And the only way I believe we can do something differently by building a network of people who you trust. You can rely not because of the big institutional name, but because of the personal trust and personal sharing values, which we all, I think, share together tonight, and doing something which is very important for all of us. I'm coming from the country which has been suffering many times in our history, very dark pages, but it's always been hope, but despite all this dark time, we will see the light and we'll do something better. Around 2 weeks ago, we've been in Moscow memorizing the 30 years of horrible events that happened in Armenia. It was the earthquake, and when it was 25,000 people died because of the earthquake. But the first time in history of Soviet Union and the world, when the NATO plane was landing in Armenia, in Soviet Union, without being shut down, and it was the first time Israel plane came to Armenia, Soviet Union, without diplomatic relationship. It was showing that the people can help each other, can work together despite of the hatiness, despite of the sometimes being different views about some of the problems. So I say I'm strongly believer of the thing that we can do together better, each of us doing alone. I won't take too much time. Unfortunately, I'm a bad representing of the Aurora funders because Vartan Grigoryan, our friend and my mentor, needs to be here, and tonight opening this evening, and by personal reason he couldn't come, and I wish him good health and quick recovery because he's really our mentor and the leader of the mindset and admirable person by his all values and everything what he's doing for the world, not only for us and for Carnegie Corporation. I just want to say I'm so happy to see so people here from different backgrounds, and I'm very happy to see students from United World College, Bosch and here. It's very important to see, but despite all the problems, we continue bringing these kids together. I'm very thankful for all the finalists and laureates who came from different parts of the world to be part of this dialogue, and I think it's the best way to talk about what we're doing. It's just talking with them and listening to their stories. So I really wish all of us this will be good in discussion. We will really have a chance to openly talk about many tough problems, but I see the one hope. Reading all these stories, and we're getting amazing stories from the 125 countries, more than 500 stories, and you can really see, despite all the problems, despite all horrible things happening, despite the stupid politicians and bad people, really the world is continuing safe because of the good people putting their life under risk and they're putting their heart to do something good for others. Just only Aurora, we're trying to do many very small pieces to help this process will go forward. Last year, by Aurora Prize, helped 375,000 Rohingya refugees to get. We got 62 students from refugee camps who are studying in United World College system. We got really now in 15 countries and 23 projects realizing because of the laureates provide the money for this project will be continuing in different parts of the world. I think it's important that we are doing something which, despite all the issues, is continuing and becoming like snowball effect, and I hope with dialogues will bring more and more engagement of people from different views about how something which is very critical. Human values is basic for everything, and I believe it's the only way we can go further. And then I want to again say thank you for all our partners. First of all, of course, Global Perspective Initiatives and Ingrid Ham personally, because she's been always our good friend and partner and a colleague and everything for us. And so without her, we couldn't do anything in Germany, and her team. And I want to say thank you, of course, the Bosch Foundation, the Roland Berger Foundation, and Federal Foreign Officer. I will say it's also the instinct that we got with first-time German government supporting this initiative, which is also very important dialogue which we're creating. I want to say thank you, UNICEF and Ernst & Young. And I will say it's very good that we have this type of the support coming from Germany and different organizations. And I wish we all will have a more and more opportunity to do something together. And these 2 days will come discussion open about some tough subjects, but I wish we'll find some of the opportunity to say some of the answers will help us to go forward. I want to watch you very short video, 4 minutes, about the impact that Aurora already provided during the last 3 years' existence.
Three Armenians co-founded the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative and launched it on March 10, 2015 in New York. They did so on behalf of the survivors of the Armenian genocide and in gratitude to their saviors. Today, the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative is a network of projects that focus on providing support to urgent humanitarian needs and outstanding selfless humanitarians. The Aurora Humanitarian Index. In its third year, the Aurora Humanitarian Index, a global attitudinal survey, tells us that the risk of war and terrorism are perceived to be the most pressing global humanitarian challenges in all continents. In that world, the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative continues to provide support to those on the ground who put themselves at risk while helping those in the greatest need and expanding the Aurora impact around the world. The Aurora Prize. The Aurora Prize for Awakening Humanity was established in order to transform Armenians' gratitude into action by celebrating and supporting the heroic actions of today's self-sacrificing humanitarians. Over 4 years, more than 2,200 nominations have been submitted from over 125 countries in more than 20 languages, putting forward 1,399 candidates. After professionals evaluate the nominations, the selection committee chooses the annual Aurora Humanitarians and Laureate. The committee is comprised of 14 human rights activists, Nobel Peace Prize laureates, and former heads of state, and is chaired by Academy Award-winning actor and philanthropist George Clooney. Since its inception, the Aurora Prize Selection Committee has shortlisted 11 humanitarians for the prize and chosen 3 laureates for their exceptional impact, commitment, and courage. The 2018 laureate is Cho La-ong, a defender of the rights of the Rohingya in Myanmar. Together with the 2016 and 2017 laureates, Marguerite Barankitse and Dr. Tom Katina, these 3 have nominated 9 organizations that inspire their work. 23 projects in 15 countries already benefit from this largesse, impacting the lives of thousands of people in Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Middle East. Gratitude scholarships. The descendants of the survivors of the Armenian genocide seek to express gratitude to those who helped save the victims of the genocide by supporting educational initiatives. 100 academic scholarships are given to at-risk youth from the Middle East who have been affected by conflict, displacement, and poverty. They benefit from an education within the internationally acclaimed United World College network of schools and at the American University of Armenia. The scholarship program is valued at $7 million. Aurora has already offered scholarships to 62 students to date to gain a meaningful education and internationally recognized qualification. The program also includes the Amal Clooney Scholarship, the Charles Aznavour Scholarship, and the Lamia Haji Bashar Scholarship. On October 12, 2018, Aurora launched the Vartan Grigoryan Scholarship, seeking to inspire young scholars and researchers to study the Armenian experience of the 20th century. Aurora Engagement. Aurora promotes efforts to preserve and promote Armenian culture and heritage. Various institutions have received $2 million to date in support. From 2016 to 2018, 7,567 volunteers have expressed a desire to get involved in preparations of the Aurora Prize weekends. Media outlets from around the world published over 3,000 articles and stories covering the Aurora Prize and the projects of the initiative. The Aurora Prize social media channels reached over 198 million people. Contributors and partners. Since its founding, more than 440 individuals and organizations have been inspired to join the founders and donate towards transforming a nation's gratitude to action. More than $45 million have been spent to implement the programs of the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative. Around $13 million came as contributions by generous supporters of Aurora. The rest was donated by the co-founders. The Aurora Humanitarian Initiative is transforming the Armenian experience into a global movement, committed to inspiring everyone to act based on a recognition of our common humanity. Aurora believes that empowering individuals who save lives despite great personal risk offers hope to those in need and inspires global action. Join Aurora and give life and hope to those with the most urgent humanitarian needs.
Before I will give the floor to our great moderator, I want to say one thing is very important for us. The three founders, Nubara Feyan, who is also not here with me today, and Vartan Grigoryan and me, with Armand Gilavan, the CEO of Aurora Initiative from first day. Very privileged to make an announcement today about something which is, I think, is very important for our movement. We really, when we got these all stories and all heroes, we found one of the key elements that people don't know about this all, and the best way to hear about this when people who are doing this will tell their own stories. And I know it's not easy for all of them to make a decision to come to Berlin, to leave their projects, but we discussed with one of the laureates and said it's a time to really make this movement much bigger, much more stronger, and tell the story about humanitarian values, which is becoming really important in the crazy world. And I'm so privileged to make an announcement that Tom Catena agreed to become Aurora chair, and he will work like our big ambassador of the Aurora Humanitarian movement. And I want to say thank you, Tom, for this again. Okay. And to welcome you to here, in the stage, and just say it's a great privilege to what you were doing for us. I know it's not was easy.